Hey y'all, I have a new, well maybe not so new, I have a hobby. Well, I can't even call it a hobby yet. Years ago, years and years and years ago, when my husband was still alive, I gave him and us, I gave us two fly rods. And I was cleaning out the other day and I discovered my box of, fly tying equipment. Because I thought that was going to be a fun hobby at the time. So, the dog is talking to the cat. That's his talking voice, not the barking voice. Let me show you. Okay, in this bag, can you see the feathers? Yeah, let me see if I can open it. Kind of hard to open a Ziploc sometimes with one hand. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful feathers. The dog you hear in the background decided he was going to catch one of my chickens yesterday. Okay, he's a 5-month-old puppy and has not learned, whether he ever will learn or not, I don't know, but he hasn't learned to leave the chickens alone. So when I go out to them, I keep them on a leash. Fencing my backyard, I'm doing things that I can do. He's not going to be a livestock guard dog, obviously. He's going to be my pet, and he's going to chase hens, and if I'm going to keep him away from the hens, then I'm going to have to keep him away from the hens. Got to be a good mama for both of them. Keep them safe and keep him secure. But yesterday I was just tucking something outside the back door. Actually, I was sweeping my kitchen and swept the stuff out the back door. Held the door open just for a second. You know how you do. To sweep the dust out the back door, and he slipped out without that leash on. And off he went, and I don't have any pictures of it. But if you can imagine an old lady like me running around chasing the dog who was chasing the chicken, and running and trying to catch the dog and yelling obscene things, then you can laugh because it was pretty funny. Wasn't funny at the time, but now that I look back on it, it would not have been funny at all if he had actually killed the chicken. One of the reasons why I've been sort of absent on YouTube the past couple of days is because I've been looking at fly tying videos and trying to learn how to do this. So this is going to, I'll try doing some videos on this, and have no idea if I'm going to be any good at it or not, but I'm going to practice a little bit. So here's what I've been doing the last couple of days. And today I got out my dyes that I use to dye wool, to dye yarn and other stuff, and I've tried dyeing feathers. One of the, oh dear, you see this olive color right here? That's what I was trying to get. And I kind of succeeded. One of the easiest flies to tie is called a woolly bug. Not woolly booger, it's woolly bugger. It looks like booger, but it's a woolly bugger, and it's made like a woolly worm, but then there's other stuff added to it. These are dyed I tried a different formula. These dyed a really pale olive green. And as I said, I was going for olive green because the woolly bugger, one of the classic color combinations for the woolly bugger is an olive green. And then these feathers, those are pretty good. Now this feather right here, oops, where's my finger? That feather right there is from one of my, it's from one of my roosters. And these are from some of the feathers that I bought years ago. Like I mentioned, I had a supply of things that I had intended to tie flies several years ago, and I actually tied a few, but my husband didn't get into fly fishing. So I quit and did other things. Now look at these. These are from the same feathers as these. Actually, the same feathers that I showed you earlier. This is just a different dye combination. It's a different formula. And it's really interesting how they take how the different feathers, different parts of the feather, take up the dye differently. And this was 3 colors mixed together to make an olive green. And then look over here. There's 2 different feathers. This was from a pack that I had gotten from Michael's or something years ago. Let me find this. Here they are. Oops. There's that bag of my good ones. These are just experimentation. See? Just feathers that I got from the hobby store years ago. But look at these. How differently the different dye combinations dye these. And see, this is the same dye that I used to dye those. And it looks very similar. But look at the back, how the feathers down here, it's almost a neon green on the quill. And then some of these are almost a dark brown with some green in it. There's more green in here, and it gets more greener toward the tip, with just a little bit of brown on the outside. And it's fascinating. This is fun. I've just had a play day today. I got out, I did some gardening early on and planted some stuff. Dug up a bed that needed to be dug up to get some grass out of it. And then it got hot, so I came inside and I didn't do housework today. I played with feathers. You know, I didn't mention why I'm doing this. I have a little pond. And I have no idea if there's fish in it. And I'm going to go back in the back and I'm going to fish in my little pond and see if I catch anything. And, you know, I thought, well, I've got this material. I might as well use it. So I'm flying some ties. No, I am tying some flies. And some of them, I've been looking up flies that are good for catching panfish. And I know if there is anything in the little pond, and I know it was stocked at one time, that it's going to be brim or bass, and that's considered panfish. So that's why I'm doing it. This is just something fun. A lot of people have a fun hobby. In fact, you've heard of Fly Lady. That's where she got her name. So fly fishing isn't necessarily just a man's hobby. Fly fishing is also a woman's hobby.